Okay, hi guys. It's Siba. I'm a registered debt counselor for the National Debt Review Center. So in this video, I will be showing you how to create an application for debt review removal. So basically to create and load an application for debt review removal. So this is the system. You can find the system on mydebtcounselling.com. All right. If you have already signed up or our client, then obviously you will have your login details. So you just have to put in your login details and then you log in on the system. Okay, so this will be the dashboard. I will explain the dashboard terms as well as the tabs on another video. So for the purpose of this video is basically for me to teach you how to load an application form. So let's get to it. All right, you click on the debt review removal tab and then you click on application form. All right, this will be the application form that you will need to capture. So there will be applicant details, there will be employment details, there will be household living expenses, there will be debt obligations, there will be a section for you to upload documents, as well as you will have to agree and submit the application once you have captured everything accordingly. So please make sure that before you capture this application, please ensure that you do have a signed version from the client. Okay? Copy this, go through and make sure you put it on your website, because we have our own that the client can sign online. You can see it on ndrc.org.za on the debt review removal section. There's an application form which is similar to this one. So you can have something similar, or you can create a PDF that needs to be signed by the consumer in order for you to be able to load the file. So I don't want you to load files that are not signed by consumers, because what will happen is notifications will be sent immediately once you hit on the agree and submit buttons. So creditors will be informed, clients will be informed about the application, so the process will immediately start once you submit on the application form. So make sure that the information that you capture here is accurate as possible, as well as is the information that you have received from the client. Okay, let's get to it. Let's capture the application. So obviously the title will be Mr. The initials will be SS. I will capture the application as if I was the one applying. All right, the ID number will be that. Can't put my ID number. The name is that. Okay, gender is male. Ethnic group is African. I am married, income to a property. But for the purpose of this video, because if I select married, income to a property, the second applicant's details, which is the spouse, will also populate, which is similar to the information that I'll be capturing here for the first applicant. So for the purpose of this video, let me put it like that, I will be single. I know my wife is going to kill me for this one, but yeah, that's what it is. Okay, the mobile number will be 072-770-3674. Please ensure that the mobile number is correct, because the client will be getting SMSs as well from the system. The email address will have to be my email address. Please ensure that the email address is correct, because obviously the client will be getting email notifications from the system. Okay, the province is Western Cape. Please make sure that you enter as is, Western Cape. Alright, the postal code 7530. Okay, let's say owner, period, number of dependents. You separate the dependents by commas. All right, the city will obviously be Cape Town. Nearest magistrate court, let's say Belleville. All right, previous debt counsel, let's say it's an abandoned client from the NCR. The abandoned debt counsel will obviously be the previous debt counselor. Please make sure that the client is registered on your name and you have a transfer letter from the client, because it will be required on a later stage when you are uploading the documents. You will see when you are uploading the documents here. All right, the previous debt counselor is that. The registration number is that. 00. Make sure that this information is accurate, because it will be generated on the affidavits as well. All right, the transfer date, let's say it's today, and then we click on next. So the first part is done, and then now we're going to the employment details. The name of the employer, let's say it's the National Debt Review Center. I'm permanent, that's the address. Occupant, I'm a debt counselor. The gross, let's say it's 500. Deductions 250. Okay, and the total net income will be populated automatically. Please just ensure that the payday is as per the pay slip or as per the client. In this case, I'm getting paid on the 31st. and then you click on next. If there's an error, you will see that the system will not allow you to move to the next tab when you are clicking on next. All right, and then now we capture the household living expenses. Let's say household living expenses. I know I'm earning 500, but let's play around. It's 100 rand for family expenses, 250 for groceries, 10 rand for transport, 10 rand for clothing, 10 rand for bank charges, 5 rand for, okay, and then 50 rand for other living expenses. So basically the total household living expenses will also be calculated for you. This is just a silly example, but I just want you to be familiar and understand that the values or the figures will be automatically added and calculated for you. And then you click on next. All right, and then it moves to this section now, which is also very important, the debt obligations section. So this section, basically you need to enter the client creditors. So you will have to pull a credit report for the client, and then you will see which accounts are still active. You will also be able to see this from the 17.7 that you'll be getting from the client's debt counselor, or the 17W that you'll be getting from the client. You will be able to see which creditors were included for the client's debt review application. So basically you just have to search, we have a database of creditors. If the creditor is not here, just let us know, and then we'll upload it accordingly. So in this case, let's say ABSA. I'm going to say the National Debt Review Center. National Debt Review. Okay, there it is. Because I don't want to say ABSA. If I say ABSA and I select ABSA, let's say for example ABSA this court application or debt review queries. If I select ABSA, when we agree and submit, then notifications will be sent to ABSA, and I'm not applying for debt review remover. Okay, so the National Debt Review Center is fine. Okay, who was the debt counselor? Okay, this will be specified on the application form. Okay, let's say it's NCR. If you were married at the time. Okay, let's say no, I was not married. I'm no longer over indebted. I'm no longer over indebted. When were you placed under debt review? It's 2020. Okay, 2021 December. Okay, there's no court order, or maybe I don't know, but I think it's best if you say there's no court order, because remember, if you have a court order, then you can't process the debt review removal application. The NCR changed the regulations. When last did you make payment? You can specify. We'll just say 13th. Okay, if you have a 17, if a client has a 17W from the previous debt counselor, then you're saying yes. If not, then obviously it will be no. But I prefer that you try to get the client to send you the 17W, because sometimes it's difficult for you to get the 17W on behalf of the client. Some debt counselors are willing to issue the 17W or send you the 17W, copy of the 17W that was sent to the client if the client have lost it. But some debt counselors are reluctant to send the 17Ws. So this will be needed as well. All right. The income at the time that the client applied for debt review is also important, because remember, you're doing a new affordability assessment as a debt counselor. So you need to ensure that the client is indeed no longer over indebted in order for you to actually push the file through to legal. So if the client is still over indebted, unfortunately, just wasting your time because the magistrate will reject and you will not be doing your job as the debt counselor. So the income before, let's say the income was, because now I'm earning 500, so the income was 300. Settled any accounts? Yes, because this is also very important. If the client has settled some other accounts, it will serve as motivation when you're submitting the file to legal, to the magistrate, because basically the client will not be over-indebted, because your aim is to prove that the client is no longer over-indebted and the listing should be removed. The client will be able to afford. So if you have settled any of the accounts, then you specify here. If not, then it's obviously no. So let's say, yes, I've settled some of the other accounts. All right. Okay, upload the paid up letters. For your outstanding accounts, can you afford the original installments? Yes, because the original installments that were due, you can't apply for debt review removal if you cannot afford what you were paying initially. All right, are you already making payments to the creditors? Some clients, yes. Some clients, nope, because they have the debt review listing, so they want to get their things in order for them to actually understand if they should be paying through the PDA or directly to the creditor. So yeah, I am already making payments. Are you aware of the fact that we no longer have protection? Yes, this is also very important, because the client, once the listing is removed, then the client obviously will not benefit or enjoy the benefit, the debt review benefits. All right, and then you click on next. Once you've clicked on next, then you will have to upload documents, and these are the required documents. So you have to upload the signed application form, which is what I required, because you can't proceed with this application or with this file without the actual application form, which is signed by the consumer. You will need to attach consumer's ID copy. You will have to attach a payslip. You will have to attach your Form 16 from the previous debt counselor. Okay, you will need to have the Form 16, but if it is not possible for you to get the Form 16, you'll obviously have to state the reasons why you can't obtain. If the previous debt counselor doesn't want to send you the Form 16, then they will let you know, or you can just note it down. You will have to attach a 17.7 document or a screenshot of the debt help system. That will help. You will have to attach the 17W if the client has a 17W. If the client doesn't have a 17W, then that's fine. You have to attach a transfer letter for the client. This is very crucial and important. It supports these three. And then you have to attach any paid up letters, because remember, the client will also send you statements, will also send you paid up letters, and. So just combine, you merge your paid up letters, and then you upload them here. You attach them here. And then you attach any statements that client might have sent you, like bank statements or outstanding statements. Not actually bank statements, because the bank statements, you have to upload them here. So you attach any statements that the client might have sent you. Let's say if the client was owing a creditor X amount, and then the installment changed, and then the client is now getting updated statements, then upload those statements, or any statement that you have received from the client, which is for the creditor that was included under debt review. All right, and then you attach the proposal if you have received the proposal from the previous debt counselor as well. Okay, and then you click on next. All right, once you've clicked on next, then there will be a declaration to confirm that the information is true and correct. All right, and then you click on submit. Okay, all is good, please confirm, and then yes, submit. And that's your application form. Okay, an email with the attached document has been sent to the consumer. Selected creditors are also notified by an email along with the attached documents. So that's about it. That's how you capture an application form on the My Debt Counselling System. So if you want to see where is that application form, you just have to go to Debt Review Removal, go to Applications. You'll see the list of applications, and there's that application. All right. Okay then. Thank you. Bye-bye.